All right, we are live. Just going to give it a little bit here to get going and wait for people to jump in, and then we will get started. I'm currently drinking coffee in preparation for this. Well, I guess while we're waiting, I'll just go over some brief introductions and such. My name is Dimlord Urza. For those of you who know me, excellent. You were blessed. For those of you who don't know me, I am a competitive Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 player. I've been playing the game for a long time, and I'm live streaming this tier list that is my own. Um, Everything here is going to be my personal opinion, so take that for what you will. And hopefully, we'll get some people hopping in here. I'll give it another minute, and then we will get started. And while we are waiting, I'm actually going to refill my coffee. All right. I've given it a little bit of time here, so we'll just go ahead and get started. Um, so I already kind of adjusted the labels for this. What we've got here is 5 different tiers. So at the bottom here, we've got the poo poo unviable tier. You've got your niche picks, your solid picks, the meta, and the meta titans. And it looks like we've got a viewer. Hello, welcome to the stream. Yeah, before I get started, I'm hoping a few people will hop in here. Two viewers, excellent. Welcome to the stream. I want to get at least around 5 or so, and then I'll get started. So while we're waiting, I'll just kind of describe um, my thought process going into constructing these different tiers. A lot of tier lists you see S tier, A tier, B tier, etc. Um, I try to come up with these labels because I find them more accurate. Storm 4 is a lot about your team composition. And basically, between niche picks and meta titans, these are all competitive characters. It's just a matter of um, some of them being less picked than others. You can do well with the niche picks on the teams that they fit well in. You can go far with that just as you could go far with your solid picks or your meta. But the niche picks are going to be obviously less picked than your characters that are overall stronger and more accessible. And then your poo poo is just going to be, your garbage characters that you have no reason to pick unless you love the character or you just want to try and make them work even though CC2 decided to cuck you. And that's basically what poo poo is. All right, so I'll just go ahead and get started here. Um, the way I'm going to do this, I'm just going to go down the line and throw these characters on. I'm not going to go too much into explanations or detail unless you guys have questions or are wondering why I'm putting a character in a certain spot. If the character's got multiple costumes, that's effectively the same character. I'm just going to use the one icon to put him up there. So, without further ado, let's get started. Right off the bat, PTS Naruto, poo poo. Tail Beast Bomb Naruto. This character is a solid pick. Sage Naruto, poo poo. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the Resent Shuriken Naruto. He's still uh this is Tail Beast Bomb. We want him there. Resent Shuriken, I don't have an opinion on. You're not gonna use that character when you have Tail Beast Bomb anyway. Uh Kurama Link, unviable. Six Paths Naruto, unviable. Poo poo. Last Naruto, meta. Adult Gara is a solid pick. I'm gonna order this, by the way, um, afterwards, after I get all these characters up here, then I'm gonna be meticulous about how I order them. So, PTS Kankuro, bottom of the barrel. Never touch this character in a million years. I don't care if your name is Jester Gambler. I don't care who you are. If you play with PTS Kankuro, you are asking to lose the match. Adult Kankuro, my favorite. My favorite character. He's meta. PTS Tamari. I've seen God's Wielder try and make this character work. She's poo poo. PTS Sakura. Poo poo. Tamari. Here we have our first meta Titan. I'll use this picture of her because that's the most common one. Raikage. Raikage. This character is a niche pick. He has certain homes he can do okay, but most of the time there's better options for most teams in the game. Uh, we've got both the Killer Bees here. Both of them are niche picks. Darui is a niche pick. Again, I'm gonna order this once I'm done throwing up all these characters here. So don't pay attention to the order. This is just to categorize them first. Anoki With Inoki, I'm kind of torn between niche and solid. He's definitely borderline because I feel like on the right teams he can do well, and he's got pretty good matchups, and he definitely has good utilities. Are you gonna really want to pick Inoki most of the time? Not really, but you can pick him and do well with him. I'm just gonna say for now he's bottom. He's like a bottom solid pick. All right, May. May is meta. May is really good. Again, guys, I'm not gonna go into super detail. I could go on and on about these characters, but I'm really gonna delve into information and explanations if you guys are curious or ask. Just because I don't want this to go on too long, I could talk forever about these characters. Sakura is a niche pick. Mifune is hot garbage. I'm sorry, if you're a Mifune lover like Star Zero Tachi, the character does have some stuff. I'm just not convinced that this character is anything more than poo poo. He's got a decent awakening, he's got a decent tilt, and that's about it. Madara. I love this Madara. Honestly, this Madara is meta. This Madara is crazy. He's got so much. Great awakening, great mash, strike back, great items, great tilt, great damage, great jutsu. Warfane Madara, honestly, like this Madara is. I don't touch this Madara, but from what I've seen of him, I guess he's a solid pick. Six Paz Madara is a meta titan. Kaguya is a meta titan. Pain is meta. Nagato is meta. Conan is poo poo. Itachi, I love this character. I've been using him recently a lot. He is very good. I'm going to put him at the top of solid picks for now. Edo Itachi is like basically whatever, the same thing. Yeah, we got Sakura up there. Kisame. Kisame is a very. I'm struggling to say Kisame is a niche pick. Like, Kisame's top of poo poo. Kakazu is meta. Hidan is niche. Datara is niche. Sasori is the definition of niche. Fourth Kazekage is meta. Third Raikage is a niche pick. A lot of these characters just straight up poo poo. Poo poo. Um, Second Mizukage. He's good. He's not bad. Um, I'm gonna say niche pick. Let's see. Hans, Hanzo is a niche. I don't understand why you'd want to really play Hanzo. To be honest, there's so many better characters. Um, Chio, Chio is really good. God's Wielder really pushes this character. Chio, I struggle where to put her because on the best teams with Chio, she is really good. She does very well. So I'm gonna put her like towards the top of solid picks, but understand she's a very high ceiling and you have to really understand how to execute her. Same with Concro. To use Chio correctly, you have to have a really good understanding of buffers and setups. Let's see. Next we have Zabuza Pupu, Haku Pupu, Yugito is solid. You know what? No, Yugito is meta. Just barely meta. Think she's towards the bottom of meta. Yagura is top of Pupu. Roshi, top of Pupu. Han is niche. Udakata is niche. Fu sucks. Kimimaru. Kimimaru is a slept on character. He has a lot of really good things. But he's still a niche pick. Let's see. Jirobo is just like such a weird character, but I'm not convinced he's niche. He's poo poo. Kidomaru is a really good niche character. He's like he's probably at the top of niche, if I'm being honest. All right, I'm going to take a minute here to read some comments from you guys. Let's see. Rage says, I think having one more tier might be good. You think there should be one more tier, but what would that tier be? And let's see. Fly Kunai says, why not niche pick PTS Sakura? She has great items damage and can turn around mid combo. Not the best, but I think she's better than the other poo poo characters. You're right. PTS Sakura is not that bad. Compared to the other poo poo characters, but she is not great. Yes, she has great items. Her jitsu's okay. Her pressure is just kind of laughable. And there's so okay, I have to think about how to word this. With a lot of these characters, basically the thought process to use and what to think about is there a better version of this character that would strictly just benefit your team by replacing them? So if you have like a team with PTS Sakura, I'm trying to think how to say this. So for you to have a character on your team and to be fighting against other strong teams, you'd want that character to have a valuable role or to do something important. And there's no reason to pick PTS Sakura over any of these other characters that just are strictly better for benefiting your team. So that's sort of the thought process I use. She's definitely not the worst when it comes to like the poo poo characters. You're right. So I'm gonna put her higher for now. I haven't paid much attention to ordering, so I'm going to do that once I've thrown up all these characters here, and then I'm going to order things. So don't take the ordering too seriously for now. Let's see. Rage says Yugito isn't as good at mashing and can be played around, but with dash cuts it makes her free and fixes her weakness. Yeah, that's true. Rage says, I think some poo poo characters are a lot worse than others. Some are C there and some DF to me. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Um, Basically, like the way I think about it is these poo poos are just realistically and competitive. You're not gonna pick any of these characters. So, like being C or D tier to me, it's kind of the same category because they're all irrelevant in the face of all of these better characters that you are going to pick on real teams. And when I say real teams, I'm talking about competitive teams. Not saying you can't do well with these characters against worse players, but these characters are only going to take you so far for their mileage, as opposed to the viable characters that can do a lot more. Yeah, so after taking a break from reading some comments, I'm going to go back to throwing some characters up here. Let's see, so we left off with Jirobu. So Sakon is niche. He's not bad. He's pretty good. It's just that like he's kind of a uh, he's more of an unusual character. You don't see a lot of Sakons. You kind of have to build around Sakon because of like just the way he is. He's not super aggressive. His jutsu is very defensive. Same with his tilt. He's got kind of a defensive kit. So, he's not a character that you could just slap on a team. You got to kind of build around him. Tayuya is going to be another meta titan. Hanabi is a niche pick. Boruto, all the Borutos are poop. Every single one. Sai, uh, Sai is gonna be a niche pick simply for his chakra shuriken. I mean, he's definitely not like a good character by any means, but you can kind of do something with a chakra shuriken. Sarada is gonna be meta. All right, and with that, I'm gonna kind of take a break and read some comments again. 23 days later says, I used to play with Six Paths Naruto a lot. His normal combo can be canceled into an air combo. Six Paths Naruto has some good stuff. It's just his main problem is his range and his jutsus are not that good. Um, what is it about him? His range is bad. His mash is really bad too. It's just like you can get out of his pressure super easily. He's not that good for pressure. Let's see. Rage says Sakon is just hard to make a team around. Exactly right, and that's why I have him in niche tier. I think of all these niche characters as just characters that can be good, but you have to really make a team around them. They have specific homes and they can be really good, but they're not going to be as easy for team building as the tiers above them. All right, I'm going to go back and just throw some characters on here again. Let's see. Rotoborto Sarda is poo poo. Don't use the Sarda. If you're a Sarda fan, use the good one, please. Mitsuki. Mitsuki's fallen off a lot. He is a niche pick. He's a good character. He's actually not bad, but the problem with Mitsuki is why would you use Mitsuki on your team when you have Shisui and PTS Gara? They pretty much do the same exact role and are better characters. So for that reason, Mitsuki is kind of a niche pick because why would you use him? Just use PTS Gara Shisui. It's the same character but better. Momoshiki is he's good. I want to say he's a solid pick. He's a solid pick. He's got some weaknesses, but he has enough to be a solid pick. Uh, Kinshiki is. I wanted to believe in this character, but oh god, he's not like awful. He's definitely not awful, but he's like at the top of poo poo right there with Kasame and Pitya Sakura. Let's see who else we got here. Mecha Naruto, definitely a niche pick. Definitely a niche pick. Uh, Young Kakashi, poo poo. Kakashi, Great Ninja War Kakashi is he is meta. He's really good. Let's see who else we got here. Might Guy. God, I feel like weird about this character. Like a lot of players say he's really good, and I have no doubt he is really good, but I don't ever feel threatened by this character as much as I am by Choji. So I'm just gonna say he's top a solid for now. Again, I'll go back to ordering this. Yamato, like who cares about Yamato? Yeah, I guess technically he's a niche pick, but like nobody cares about Yamato. Um, who else here? PTS Shikamaru is poo poo. Adult Shikamaru is a niche pick. He's got some good stuff. I think you can make that character work, but he's got some hurdles to work around. You're definitely not going to just off the gate be destroying people with Shikamaru. You need some good team building to use him. All right, I'm going to take a minute to read some more comments. Dylan says, "Hey man, what's up? What's up, Dylan?" You know what? After Rage is like saying this, I think I will make a new tier because there is a difference between like the unviable poo poo and the absolute useless dog water. Like, yeah, I'll just make a new tier. Let's see here. Even though like effectively like the way you should think about it is poo poo is just all these characters you're not going to use. You're just not going to use them. You're going to use them if you're playing casually or if you don't really care about winning. But if you're playing competitively, you're not going to be playing with these unviable characters. Unless you have some kind of attachment to them or you just enjoy playing like characters you like. So let's see. At a row below. Whoa. Okay, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, let's delete that. Delete that. All right. What's it called? This tier? Bottom of the barrel. These are the bottoms of the barrel. Second Tsuchikage, PTS Kankuro. We'll just leave it like that for now, and then we'll come back to that. You can't get much worse than these characters. Like PTS Kankuro is definitely the absolute bottom of the poop barrel. You can't get much worse than that. And then these characters are definitely like a tier above that. For whatever it's worth, as far as I'm concerned, like these tiers you shouldn't really care about. You should be caring about niche picks and up. These are going to be your competitively viable characters. All right, well, resuming where we left off here. PTS Choji is a niche pick simply because he's a dash cut. That's literally the only reason. Adult Choji is meta. Best dash cut in the game. Ino, PTS Ino. She's got some stuff. She's not useless, but she's poo poo. And adult Ino, I'm not convinced this character is a niche pick. If any of you Ino fans want to prove me otherwise, then please do. But I'm not convinced this character is a niche pick. Yeah, I already put Han up there. Han. PTS Neji. He's got some stuff, but he's still poo poo. Neji. Neji is a really good character. Neji is meta. PTS Lee. This is a character that some players say is really good. I'm not convinced because I haven't honestly seen enough of this character. I know this character has potential, but I'm not convinced that he's all some players crack him out to be. So for now, I'm going to put him as a niche pick. Adult Lee, the amount of players that have rode this character into the sunset saying he is top tier, he's amazing, he's the power of youth, but he sucks, he's poo poo. Sorry. All right, you know what? You know what? He's a niche pick. But he's the most niche you could possibly go. I think you can make him work, but you're going to be squeezing something to make him work. Adult 1010 is a niche pick. PTS 1010 is a much better niche pick. I'll just throw her somewhere in the middle for now. Again, guys, for like the fifth time, don't pay attention to the order. The order is going to take a long time, and it's gonna be at the end. I have to be meticulous about it. All right, take a minute to read the comments here. Double Mangekyo Sharingan Kakashi is really good. Oh, Rage said I missed Double Mangekyo Kakashi. Yeah, I did. Um, yeah, right. Okay, this character is poo poo. He has some stuff, but eh, like he's just not good. His pressure is bad. His jutsu is bad. His tilt is unique. It's cool, but it's not as good as it could have been. It's unfortunate because this character and a lot of characters I find really cool, but CC2 just um, messed up with some of their designs. They're not like you need so much to be a good character in this game. That's kind of the thing. You need between having solid pressure, having good jutsus, having a good support type, um, like the characters that have all or the majority of those things just outshine the rest of the roster. And if you're lacking a good jutsu or good pressure, it's like, it's kind of a detriment to your team to put a character like that on there. That's sort of the reasoning behind the power level of these characters. All right, so going back to this, PTS Kiba, poo poo. Adult Kiba. It's amazing to me that some players think this is a good character. This character is complete dog ass, but he is still a niche pick. I think he sucks, but I guess he's a niche pick. Yes, he's a strike back. Yes, he's got an air jitsu, but like, come on, like you can make him work. I'm not saying you can't. You can make him work, but you gotta try your ass off to make him work. Just like you have to with a lot of these niche pick characters. PTS Shino is really good. He is a solid pick. Adult Shino, honestly, this is like to me, he's a weird character as far as trying to rank him, but I want to say he's a solid pick. I do think he is worse than PTS Shino. PTS Hinata, just poo poo. Hinata, adult Hinata is niche pick. Asuma is a niche pick. All right, take a moment to read some comments. Let's see. Darko says PTS Conk does have L tag, and with a good team, he can work, not in meta though. I'm not convinced that he can work, but for all I know, you could prove me wrong. I have yet to see it. I'm definitely certain that he cannot work in meta though. He just doesn't seem like he brings anything to the table as far as meta goes. 23 days later says Choji that high. I'd rather use a mic guy if I just want a dash cut. Choji's just got a better jutsu. This game, having a good jutsu means a lot, uh, because you use it as a support type. Not a support type. You use it when you call out your support. You use it when you Jitsu switch. So having a better Jitsu means a lot, and Choji has a better Jitsu. He also has a crazy awakening. It's one of the best awakenings in the game, specifically the Road to Boruto Choji. Let's see. Hina Kabina says Adult 1010 is bottom tier. I have to disagree with you, my friend. Adult 1010 is a niche pick. She does have some stuff going for her. She's not crazy, but you can make her work. 23 Days Later says, it just sucks seeing people run the same teams over and over, like Neji, Shisui, Nagato. One thing you're going to see is the characters, if I go here, the characters I'm going to put in meta and solid picks, these are like, a lot of these characters have a low ceiling. Uh, what that means is you don't have to spend a lot of time with them to use them very well because they've just got like either some or numerous very good qualities that are very effective. Um, Character like Pain, for example, is accessible both at a beginner level and he's also a very good competitive character. Character like Nagato, same thing. Last Naruto, same thing. Like these characters can do so much with very little execution, and that's why you see them all over the place. On the other hand, though, you do have some characters that have a very high ceiling that are just as strong, if not stronger than meta. A character like Kankuro, or Chio. Let's go back to read some comments. Rage says older Kiba is like a puppet, not being able to attack without Kamaru down and without the good aspects. Absolutely, that's the main thing about Kiba that sucks. That's why I'm not convinced that he's anything above a niche pick. 23 Days says, did he rank Tobirama and Yugito? Yes, Yugito is meta. I haven't gotten to Tobirama yet. All right, I'm going to go back to ranking these. Konohamaru is a niche pick. Shisui is meta. While Shisui's up there, I'm just going to grab, if I could find him, where is he? PTS Gara. Yeah. Both these characters, in my opinion, are right next to each other. Let's see. Iruka, bottom of the barrel. Kushina, Poo. Jiraiya, bottom of the barrel. Obito's Poo. This Zetsu Obito is a solid pick. Mask Man is a niche pick. Toby. Toby's at the top of niche picks. He's got some utilities. Let's see here. Great Ninja War Obito is Poo. This Obito is like high poop. Jubito. It's hard. This is another character I would say like Anoki is between niche and solid, because like he's really good, but how many teams are you going to use this Obito on? For team building, there's more, how do you say it? More accessible options for team building. Jubito is kind of like he's more of the role of a counter pick character. He does really well against certain matchups, and he's a really good defensive masher. But for the sake of like building teams and stuff, I want to say he's at the top of niche. Only because like for building teams, I'm not gonna pick this Obito as many times as I'm gonna pick these other characters. I mean, but now that I'm looking at it, the same could be said for like Chio. Chio's very niche, unless like if you're a Chio master like God's Wielder, you'll come up with a bunch of Chio teams, but sort of the same deal. I'll just put both of them in solid pick at the bottom. Ren is poop, bottom of the barrel. Well, she does have the Three Tails Awakening. Okay, I have to give her that poo poo. PTS Sasuke is poo poo. Bottom of the barrel, actually. This Kirin Sasuke is pretty good. I'm going to say he's actually a solid pick, like towards the bottom. All right, take a minute to read some comments here. Where's Minato ranking? I haven't gotten to Minato yet. All right, go back to ranking. Akatsuki Sasuke is niche pick. Kage Summit Sasuke niche pick. EMS Sasuke. EMS Sasuke is a solid pick. Rene Sasuke is meta. Last Sasuke is meta. Road to Boruto Sasuke is poo poo. I guess like he does. I mean, if you really want to use him, you can use him with the Inferno Fireball, but there's literally no reason to use the Sasuke over Wandering Last Sasuke, so he's bottom at niche pick. Orochimaru is he would be between solid and meta. I want to say he's meta just for the simple fact he can dash through so much in the game and he's a really good puppet counter pick. I'm just going to put him at bottom of meta for now. He also has a really good jutsu. Kabuto. Kabuto sucks. Snake Cloak. I like this Kabuto out of all of them, but they're all pretty dog water. So we're just gonna lump them all together. Suigetsu, bottom of the barrel. Worst shuriken in the whole game. Try going into practice mode and hit the square button. Throw shuriken with Suigetsu. See how slow that is. Jugo, contender for the absolute bottom of the barrel. Worst hit stun in the game. Any character can get out of his combos on guard. Karen is a really good character. I haven't seen much of her recently, but she is really good. She is definitely a solid pick. Let's see here. Alive Hashirama is niche. Sage Hashirama is meta. Toby Rama is a solid pick. There are better strike back options, but he's not bad. You can make him work. I'm going to take a minute here to read. Let's see. 23 days later says all the Sasuke's are good in my opinion, but I think the Rinnegan Sasuke is the best because of his tilt fireball. Rinne Sasuke is the best Sasuke in the game. Last Sasuke is right behind him in my opinion, but both of those Sasuke's are top tier. Um, the only Sasuke that's not good is PTS Sasuke and Taka Sasuke. The and Kieran Sasuke are like decent. Karen's really good mainly because of her first hit mash is really strong, but the main thing about her is her jitsu causes a debuff. So a lot of players will use her to set up for very high damage combos and setups. She makes a really good combo with Kaguya because you use the Kaguya lava stage to bypass guard. And if you have your Karen support out, you connect the debuff, and then you get a ton of damage off of that debuff. Let's see. Orochimaru can go under Yugi Totil. Yeah, he can, I think, in certain situations. Third Hokage is Poo Poo. He's got, well, you know what? I can't say he's poo poo because he's got his awakening. If you really want to play and construct a team with him based on his awakening, I guess you could do something with him. But he's definitely bottom niche pick. All right, Minato. Minato, this might surprise some people. I think Minato is a solid pick. Mainly, like, I don't, it's just like Minato is such a weird character, but the thing that makes him really good, if you really want to play like this, is running and using a shuriken. That play style can work, and it actually does work pretty well um, against a lot of these characters, specifically against Kankuro. You can use Minato Tamari, and it does pretty well. He's not like amazing, but like you can use him. He's not by any means a bad pick. Edo Minato is like the definition of niche, but he's just kind of bad. Wow, we're down to the last two characters. So Tsunade, uh, I don't know. Tsunade's like, I mean, someone that really wants to argue with me will say she's a niche pick. I guess whatever, she's a niche pick. Her jutsu's not that bad, but you can interrupt it. Sakura is obviously the superior jutsu. But yeah, I mean, no, fuck it. Tsunade is poo poo. Danzo is a Meta Titan. All right, so oh yeah, we've got Road to Boruto Naruto too. Like this is another like character that it's like why would you care about? It's the same situation with Road to Boruto Sasuke. So I'm gonna just put those two right next to each other. And I think that's all. I'm just gonna double check with my eyes here. Yep, I think that's all of them. All right, so kind of got the placements down, and now the next step is going to be ordering them. So take a minute to read some comments. Donzo's tilt should be illegal. It's so annoying. All right, so how do you guys think I should start the ordering? From bottom to top or top to bottom? I'll leave it up to you. And this is going to be the part as well where I go more in depth for my explanations. So it'll give me a chance to talk about the characters too in more detail. 23 Days says, I'm surprised Datara ain't higher with how much people play him. Yeah, I mean, at the highest level, I don't see too many Dataras to be honest. But he's definitely like good. Yeah, I'm just gonna put him higher. He's definitely gonna be higher when I order this, but yeah, Datara is definitely good. All right, 23 Days says top to bottom, so that's what I'm gonna do. So, right off the bat, ranking the best character in the entire game, the number one character in the game. Um, so to me, this is a toss up between Six Paths Madara, Danzo, and Kaguya. You could make a case for any of these three characters to be the best character in the game. I guess you could also like maybe for Tayuya, but I think more so for these three, you can make a case for any of them being the best character in the game, honestly. Um, in my opinion, the best character in the entire game, what I would say is the character that offers the best matchups, the most versatility, the most consistency. It's going to be Six Paths Madara. Um, Six Paths Madara can fight the entire roster pretty well. He doesn't have, as far as I can think, he doesn't have a very bad matchup. His worst matchup is going to be something like Tayuya, but even then, he can get in. He's got so many things. He's got everything. He's got Awakening, Jitsu, Mash, crazy damage, crazy support potential, crazy Awakening. Six Paths Madara, I think, is the face of the game. Right behind him is going to be Danzo. Danzo, like I said, you can make a case for him being the best in the game. The reason I'd put Danzo behind Madara is because he does have some apparent weaknesses. For example, his air combo can be really bad to whiff. Danzo being in the air is his worst state. Danzo wants to be on the ground. So if you can get Danzo into the air, you can kind of exploit his weakness. Um, and he's also got the break on his combos. So those are the only things, in my opinion, that hold him back. Everything else about the character is pretty stupid. He's got one of the best tilts in the game, one of the best jitsus in the game, crazy mash, crazy awakening. So it's going to go six Pazamater, Danzo, Kaguya. Um, Kaguya, I'll just talk about her, I guess, a little bit. She's got a lot of stuff. The main thing that makes her crazy is the lava stage. So lava stage means that map pick is irrelevant. So a lot of the times the maps in the game will have an influence on the matchup. So bigger maps tend to favor more defensive campy strategies, and shorter maps tend to favor aggressive strategies. But the map pick is irrelevant with Kaguya because she can control the map. That's one aspect to her. The other is the lava combos are insane because they bypass guard. So you can support combo with her and use setups to just get stuff off from your lava combos. Um, you can bypass guard. And like I mentioned with Karen, you could do like debuff setup with her. You can combo off of it with other characters. She's also got her square combo. Square combo is a really good poking tool. Really good damage. Just all around really good character. Yeah. Tayuya, I don't have the energy really to tell you how crazy Tayuya is. If you fight any good Tayuya, you'll understand how crazy she is. Um, One of the best defensive characters in the game, I would say her and Kankuro are the two best defensive characters in the game. Really good at camping, really good at poking, and she's one of the only characters that really just shut down a lot of the roster. Like, if you want to have a chance against Tayuya, you need to have at least one character on your team that has a decent matchup, which is hard because there's not too many characters that can deal with Tayuya playing optimally. Take a moment to read some comments. 23 Day says, if I had to say one definitive best character, I guess it'd be Hashirama or Tamari. Okay. Well, Tamari is one of the best in my opinion, but she's not better than the other four in front of her, in my opinion. Another thing about Tayuya is she's got the highest base shuriken damage in the game. So if you go into practice mode and just throw a shuriken with her, see how much damage it does, it's ridiculous. And it makes her kit just crazy when you can just hide behind her dokis and poke with her. Um, it's just a really oppressive strategy. And if you pair with certain characters like Mei, you have long range control because of what Mei offers. You can control just by pressing circle with Mei and shooting water bullets that track. Um, which kind of, like if you poke your opponent enough, they have to approach you. And Tayuya wants you to approach her because she's got so many ways of dealing with approaching. Um, Tamari is the best cover fire support in the game. Her cover fire is broken. She causes stun. She makes a lot of characters just crazy by putting her on the team. She makes a lot of normal approach options unsafe, like dashing on guard. Uh, so like one basic thing is if you dash on guard and they just throw out a cover fire, they'll stun you and they'll punish you for dashing. Um, Her cover fire stun is insanely long and you can convert off it with almost anything. This is the main reason why she's broken. If she didn't have this cover fire stun, she'd be like somewhere around a solid pick, but having that cover fire stun is just so oppressive and it makes a lot of these characters just even more crazy. So for that reason, she's just a meta titan for being one of the best support characters in the entire game. If not, yeah, she is the best support character in the entire game because I would say these other four above her are not as much support, although they can be. I would say she is the best support catered character in the game. All right, now, so Meta Titans is ordered. I'm going to go into Meta and we'll order this up. So, God, um, I am getting a little tired, so I'm going to try and speed things up here. Not to be a downer, but it is 12:45 in the morning. So, top of Meta, I'm going to say, yeah, I would say it is Choji. Then I would go last Naruto, Hashirama, that looks good. Kankuro. Then I'm gonna put actually above Kankuro, I'm gonna put Rene Sasuke. And then behind Kankuro, I'm gonna put Last Sasuke. And then we've got Mei, Madara, Pain. I'm gonna put Nagato up here. I think he's better than Pain and Madara and Mei. Let's see. Hmm. These characters are all really strong, but I would say Pain is better than Madara. Kakuzu's better than Madara. Oh yeah, Shisu and PTS Gar. Hmm. These are really good support characters. So I'm just gonna throw them up there. And I'm gonna put Mei behind PTS Gar. Yeah, Shisu and PTS Gar are basically the same role of a character. It's just you know what? I'll put PTS Gar above Shisui though because he does have a better support type. It's debatable between the two. Like some people prefer PTS Gar, some people prefer Shisui. Um, Gar's main benefit is he's got better damage and he's got a better support type. And Shisui's got a really good ninja move. So it's sort of a matter of preference. Let's see. Fourth Kaze Kage. I do really like this Madara, but I'm gonna say Kaze Kage probably is better. Sarada is really good. Hmm. I'm looking at this. So does this look good to me? I would say Kaksu is better than Mei. Hmm. I think Neji is better than these characters. I do think this Madara is better than this Neji just for having a better Jutsu and a better awakening and a better support type. Hmm. Oh, do I think May's better than Sarada? I think with dash cut she might be actually, but most of the time, I don't think she is. I think Sarda probably is better, but I do think it's kind of close. I think May's potential is definitely there. Hmm. Yeah, I think this kind of looks good to me. I think I like how this looks right now. I might come back to it, but for the most part, I think this order is pretty accurate. Okay, so now we'll go to solid picks. All right, so this is going to be kind of weird to order because some of these characters I don't have a strong opinion on, but for the ones that I do, I definitely have an idea of where they should go. So, top of solid picks, I'm going to say Itachi. Then I'm going to say um I guess like these two Itachis I'm just considering the same. They might as well be the same character. Yeah, I guess I would put Guy there. And then I would put Karin, Naruto. This seems pretty accurate. I guess I'm gonna move Chio up because I feel like Chio can be really good. I'm gonna move PTS Shino up as well. And let's see here. Uh, I'll move Jubito up. I'll move Zetsu Obito up. This bottom row is gonna kill me because comparing these characters is kind of a headache. Out of all of them, I want to say Inoki's probably the most promising, along with Gara. And then I'm just gonna put Minato up here, just because um, his poking is really good, and his game plan for running away and poking can be really strong. And then these other characters are all kind of like, I don't know, you could order them however you want. I don't really see much of a difference in power between all of them. I would say that out of all of them, I guess Momoshiki and Shino would be the strongest. And then EMS Sasuke. And then these would be your bottom solid picks, I guess. I'm going to leave that like that for now. Let's see. Remove the second Itachi from the list. Yeah, I think you're right. I might as well. We'll just remove that Itachi. All right, now we're down to niche picks. All right, so who are the best niche characters? Well, right off the bat, I think Kidomaru, Toby, Deidara. And then I want to say PTS 1010. Darui can be really good. Then Killer Bees are pretty good. Sakon. Third Raikage. Mitsuki, second Mizukage. Sort of the upper echelon. Hinata's up there. Han's up there. Yeah, I mean, this ordering, to be honest, doesn't really matter that much. Considering like the nature of being niche is they're not picked too often anyways, so all these characters, regardless of like how good they actually are, you're not going to see them too often because they don't fit on too many teams, but you can make any of these characters work on the right teams. Yeah, exactly. Utakata's really good, but he is super niche, so you know, and exactly, he's very technical, so you're not going to see Utakata too often. Definition of a niche character, same thing with Sasori. Konohamaru's not bad. He is niche. But yeah, I'm not like caring too much about this order for these niche picks. These are all just like um characters not seen as often, but they all can be pretty decent if used correctly and on the right teams. Except for I guess there's like a few that I would say like these characters are close to being poop, like yeah, like these guys down here, like these characters are generous that I did not put them in the poop tier. But if you really like wanted to bust your ass, you could make them work, maybe. But it's like why this spot right here, this bottom row is like why would you go through the effort? That's the question to ask yourself if you want to play with any of these characters, just why would you go through the effort? Just pick any of these better characters and you'll save yourself a lot of trouble. Oh god. I don't know if I really want to order the poo poo tier or bottom of the barrel. I guess it might be fun to just look at the bottom of the barrel and think, okay, what's really the worst character in the game? What's the absolute worst Storm 4 has to offer? Um for me, I think it's a toss up between PTS Conqueror and Jugo. Honestly, like these two are contenders for the worst character in the game. And it's debatable. I guess if you really wanted to make PTS Conqueror work with Lightning Kunai, you could do that. But you're not going to do much with that character. I think, if I have to be honest, Jugo probably is the worst in the game. Because at least PTS Conqueror has Lightning Kunai. With Jugo, you can get out of any part of his combo with any character. You can't get much worse than that. You can't get much worse than that. I think, yeah, Jugo probably is the worst. Again, with like the poo poo tier, I don't really care about ordering this. All these characters are just a mix of either being irrelevant or just low power. Rage says, I don't agree with Star having Iruka as B tier. I guess not, because in my tier list, he's the bottom of the barrel. No, Iruka Sensei is just a disgrace in the game. You're not going to play Iruka Sensei seriously. Just glancing over one more time to see if there's anything I would change here. The Mei and Sarada thing, it's interesting. I used to think for a long time that Sarada is a lot better than Mei, but recently with seeing Mei with Dash Cut and seeing her with Tayuya, I'm thinking her potential could actually be there to surpass Sarada. And also her lava jutsu setups for a ton of damage, those are really cool. But for now, I think Sarada's above her. Hmm. Yeah, I think like last Naruto and Sage Hashi are right next to each other for being super relevant in the meta. Hmm. Yeah. I think for the most part everything looks good here. So let's go back here. All right, no more comments. So I think I'm going to go ahead and end the stream, guys. Thank you all for joining. And yeah, this was my official tier list. I hope you